What's going on, guys? This is going to be a little bit of a different review for me. This is my first video game review that I am doing. Um, yeah, in the midst of a slow movie season, what is the point of going on a hiatus until a movie comes out when you can just play a game and beat it? Because this is the holy grail. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is exclusive to PS4. It's not really a DLC to Uncharted 4. It's more of an expansion of Uncharted 4. It's basically Uncharted 4.5, to be honest with you. It's not Uncharted 5. Definitely not Uncharted 5. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy is actually the first Uncharted game where Nathan Drake is not the main character. You play as Chloe Fraser, a friend of Nathan Drake's, and The Lost Legacy is set 6 to 12 months after Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, in which Chloe and Nadine Ross, who was the head of Shoreline and the secondary antagonist in Uncharted 4, go after the Tusk of Ganesh in India, and we learn a little bit more about Chloe Fraser's background and heritage, and you have another game. If you don't already know, I am a huge fan of the Uncharted games. I started playing them when they were on PS3. These games are like the holy grail. This is PS4's big series right now. You can actually get this digitally. This is The Lost Legacy. You can get this digitally if you want. Fuck it. I mean, these games are so fun. They're basically modern day Indiana Jones games. I mean, this is the Nathan Drake collection, Uncharted 4, the expansion to Uncharted 4. If I can get that. Yep, there we go. All of them are super fun. In this review, I'm going to try and treat The Lost Legacy like it's something separate, even though it's only an expansion. I do think The Lost Legacy is the weakest Uncharted game I have played. However, it's still damn fun! My biggest concern going into playing this game is how the series was going to handle the absence of Nathan Drake. They retired the character after Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, and I think what they did was probably the best case scenario for this. They brought back an established character that you play as, Chloe Fraser, who was in the second and third ones. So I'm glad that they went that route and they didn't create like somebody new. I always thought, it could be a Chloe game, or you could just do a spin-off series with Sam Drake and Sully, but I'm kind of happy that they used somebody from the Uncharted lore as the main character in this, and where we didn't see Chloe in Uncharted 4, it made sense. I don't think it would really make any sense at all to really make a new character for Uncharted when Nathan Drake is just the face of the franchise, and you have other people that can replace him in the franchise. So that was a good move on their part, making Chloe Fraser the main character. And this game, just like its predecessors, especially Uncharted 4, visually stunning. Really great looking. The biggest praise I see about the Uncharted games is that they're basically playable movies, and the first three are like that, but I would say the fourth one more especially. The fourth one's definitely more cinematic. It is made in that way to make it look like a movie. This one does the same, and it just looks amazing, as always. Just like in every movie, every video game needs really well-developed characters. Chloe Fraser is one of these characters that is really well-developed. She was already well-developed in the other two games that she was in. They go a little further in this game in exploring her heritage and her background, which was a welcome sight. And it was really interesting to learn a little bit more about her and kind of play in her own style. Her fighting style is a little different from Nathan Drake. It was kind of really interesting to play it in that way and learn about her background at the same time. Nadine Ross, I was like, I don't know why. This whole partnership didn't make sense to me. They explained it in the game, and I was like, I still don't buy it. She is a good character, I will say that. It's just her motivations and reasonings for wanting to work with Chloe Fraser don't make any sense to me. Since she was the main antagonist of Uncharted 4, and there was something that happened to her in Uncharted 4, I'm like, okay, I get that part, I just don't buy the fact that she would work with any of Drake's associates. That's just me. Her motivations are just like, okay, I get it, you were the head of Shoreline, then you lost Shoreline, now Shoreline's back, and you want to get back with Shoreline, but you're working with Drake's associates. I don't think that's the best way to get Shoreline back. Not to get anybody's hopes up, because I'm not going to mention what games this character was in or who this character is, but there is a character from previous Uncharted games that does come back towards the end of the game, and that was a welcome sight. I was just like, yes! Now I feel like it's the heart of the adventure. Speaking of adventure, this game is a lot shorter than any of the other Uncharted games, which I get because it's an expansion, so it should be. It shouldn't be as long as Uncharted 2 or Uncharted 4. Uncharted 3 was a good length. Uncharted 1 was really short, but yeah, this game is shorter than Uncharted 1. The point that I'm getting to is that I feel like this game was only addicting because the first 4 games were really addicting. There really wasn't too much of adventure-ish type of stuff. Like, sure, you had the classic shootouts, but there wasn't, with each Uncharted game, from Drake's Fortune, Among Thieves, Drake's Deception, and A Thief's End, there's that one major action set piece you get to take part in. For instance, Drake's Fortune, the Jeep chase through the jungle where you're on the turret and you're shooting the other cars. Among Thieves, the convoy chase in the snowy mountains. Uncharted 3 had, I think you were on the horseback, and you were chasing after the main villain, I think. Uncharted 4 had that sweet chase where Drake's being dragged on the back of the Jeep. This one didn't really have anything like that until the end. Again, I understand, it makes sense, but like for me when I'm playing an Uncharted game, I'm just like, I just want those sweet action set pieces that are built like movies, but you get to play them. I didn't really get many of those in this game. There were some, and that there's a big one at the end involving a train and a Jeep chase. That was pretty cool, but as a whole, that's really the only major action set piece in this game, where the other games, I just pointed out a couple of examples from the other games. The other games have major action set pieces, more than one, I should say. And I just pointed out one from each game, and I kind of wanted that a little bit more in this game, even though it's only an expansion and it's a lot shorter. Games I just cherish so close to my heart because they're so well made and so well executed that they have to get the characters or the gamers invested, and they do that right off the bat, even with The Lost Legacy. I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing as Nathan Drake, but right off the bat, I am invested. I actually care because I'm playing as a character I actually liked and do care about. And that's the thing, these characters are so strong. This series delivers a lot of emotion and storytelling to go along with great gameplay. The technical achievement for this game, not just I'm not talking the visuals now, I'm talking like glitches. Flawless. It was seamless throughout, not one single glitch in this game. The biggest complaints I've seen with this game, which I think is totally ridiculous, is the fact that this game really didn't reinvent the wheel for the series, which I don't think it had to. Again, it's an expansion. You're expanding upon the story of Uncharted 4, and you didn't really need to reinvent the wheel or, you know, revamp the gameplay. I mean, it's basically the same gameplay from the fourth one, but I mean, that's fine. I mean, they basically almost revamped the entire gameplay of the fourth game, so I mean, just if you're gonna do an Uncharted 5, just wait till then. This isn't Uncharted 5. So that wasn't a big complaint of mine. And I like the fact that the characters actually reference the Drake brothers. I'm like, you can't have an Uncharted game without referencing the Drake brothers, and everybody's like, oh, they did it too much. I don't think so. There are only a couple instances where they referenced the Drake brothers, but I was like, you know, they did it where it wasn't a disservice to them, or it wasn't fan service. They did it just the right amount, and they did it in the best way possible. Because Uncharted The Lost Legacy is definitely my least favorite Uncharted game, and I think that has to do with the fact that you're not playing as Nathan Drake and some of the magic is gone, and even though I really like playing as Chloe Fraser, it's just, the game, it didn't feel hollow. I was just like, the thrill of adventure isn't there until the end of the game where that big action set piece comes in. It is still damn fun. I would go back and play this game again. And one thing I forgot to mention was the puzzles. The puzzle solving in this game for different puzzles. That was actually really fun and challenging at times. And I noticed that with the fourth one. I got a little bit more challenging. I was like, thank you for the challenging puzzles, because I like challenging puzzles. The game does really well is what the past Uncharted games did really well. You have great visual scenery that looks really technologically advanced and perfected on a PS4. Technological achievement in terms of glitches. Great gameplay that its predecessors set up. Great characters. You got enough emotion and depth in the storytelling and the characters as well. This is another great Uncharted game. I don't want the series to end here. I don't think it will. If they do an Uncharted 5, you can continue with Chloe Fraser, or just make it a Sam and Sully game. Don't bring back Nathan Drake. It's not worth it at this point. I'm going to give Uncharted The Lost Legacy a 9 out of 10. Still a really damn good game. Game, expansion, DLC, I don't know. I'm just going to go game because I have the physical copy. So, I'm going game. If you have a PS4, have you played Uncharted The Lost Legacy? If you have, I want to know what your favorite Uncharted game is. For me, Uncharted 2, Among Thieves. Best. The moment I started playing that game, I was just like, holy shit. Whatever your favorite Uncharted game might be, drop me a comment in the comments section below so I can get some feedback and interact with you guys. You can like me on Facebook, you can follow me on Twitter, I have an official website coming soon. I'll see you next time, whenever that may be. It's a slow movie season. Hoping soon. Game of Thrones this weekend. Season 7 review Monday, maybe.